How's it going, guys? I know I ain't made a video in a minute, but got the truck running. This truck back here, it's running good. I went to go do an oil change. What was it, last weekend? And pulled the valve covers to check to see how the valve train was doing, seeing how the polylock, mainly to see how the polylocks were holding up. Held up great, but I noticed every one of my push rods, if you look, check this out, it chewed up every one of them. Look at that. Every one of them has a mark. So, my stupidity. I did not know when running guide plates that you have to use chromoly hardened push rods. So I got these from Comp Cams. It's backwards, but you can make it out. It's high-tech stock link push rods. And I tried to get the Magnums because they would have worked just, I mean, they're basically the same exact thing. One piece push rod, hardened, chromoly, blah, blah, blah. Which are these. You can zoom in. It's got, can't really see it though. But anyway, it's got an oil hole, 80 thousandths thick. So it's definitely got a thicker wall. There you go. 80 thousandths, 7-inch, 200 thousandths. Alright. Big difference between these two. Also, look, I like the fact that they're one piece. You see how this has a welded ball, and this one, there is not. It's actually form tip. I like that a lot better. Plus, they're a lot stronger. And this right here won't happen to them. That scar. Chromoly hardened push rods anytime you use guide plates. Any and every time you use guide plates. My stupidity. But they are exactly the same height, which is what I was looking for. Hell, to be honest, one actually might be tad bit longer, which is fine because I need it. I actually did need them a little bit longer. So that'll be just fine. So I'm going to be installing these today. Also, this is the rocker arm I'm using. These it's a roller tip. It's got a roller fulcrum. Very fucking nice, dude. These were about $200 for 16. Also, I think the brand was Elgin, however the hell you say that. So, these are a really nice rocker arm. I mean, these are really nice. Like, they run great, they're quiet, and also come with their own poly locks, which also at the end of this locking nut has like little teeth in it that actually grab a hold of the studs so they don't back out when the engine's running, which is what I had a problem with before on my other set of heads, because now I'm running AFR heads. So that's a lot better. 3/8 1:5 ratio Elgin full roller rocker arms. These are great, love them. Run you about $200. And you can go to Amazon and get the Elgin brand. You can get anything from Amazon. You can go to Summit Racing, get them, whatever, Jegs. Got to reinstall those and reset my lash and everything. So that's gonna be fun. We'll get a video of the truck running. I'll probably set the camera up going down the road just to get a good video of how much power it does have. At 355 ain't no joke. It's fun, man. I love it. I actually want to stroke it out, go ahead and get cleaned up, sent back to the machine shop. Deck it, clearance for the block. I'm gonna try to get chromoly main caps, and if not, it don't really matter. Go ahead and clearance the block. I don't know if I already said that or not, probably did. But we'll do that, rehome the block again, and get a stroker kit, which they got one from Speedmaster. It's already balanced, flat top pistons with valve reliefs, dual valve relief. That'll increase the the compression ratio, and I think that's about it. It's got regular I-beam rods. I'd love to have a set of H-beam, but I-beam's just fucking fine. I'm not putting down fucking mad horsepower or nothing like that. But that's what I plan on doing next with the truck. After I change out the intake. I also want to change out the intake. Right now, y'all know I'm running a modified stock intake. You know, I've got the spacer, the intake spacer, not no fucking throttle body spacer. The intake spacer to give me more room inside of the plenum because of the spider injectors inside of it, 36-pound spider injector. And I got the MPFI conversion kind that actually puts the fuel injector at the port. So it has 8 individual fuel injectors technically, instead of an injector body with 8 poppet bullshits. So I got that. I got a bigger throttle body. Had to port out the intake. Had to port out the upper plastic intake for the bigger throttle body. What else do we got? Oh, deleted the EGR, stuff like that. So flows better and blah blah blah. Got the AFR heads. So we'll do the intake. I'm going to swap it over to a EFI, and it's like a carbureted style 4150 flange, but we're not going to put a carburetor on it. Of course, it's going to have fuel injector bones at each intake runner for external fuel rails. And I think Holley makes one that already comes with fuel rails on it. And that's probably what I'm going to go with, because I don't want to get one that's I don't want to get a high rise, it's a mid rise. And that way I keep a lot of my low end torque, because I want to keep my low end torque. It's a truck, it's not a race car. I just want a quick truck, a fun truck. And then we're going to get a Holley throttle body elbow that actually adapts the carburetor flange into a LS style throttle body. And we'll probably get like a 92 millimeter. And that'll be just fine. Also, check this out. I gotta show you guys this is what I just bought. I got it for a stupid cheap steal. Stupid cheap. It's a 2007 Tahoe, 5.3 liter. It's got the displacement on demand. The top end was just rebuilt because of the lifter problem that these things have. It's in fairly good condition. The inside is pretty much mint to me anyway. We got a few problems. It was an accident. Luckily, it did not hit the frame. But here's the tail light was messed up, so I replaced those already. Next, I'm replacing the bumper. We're gonna order one off of eBay, the same color. I've already found the Tahoe. Replace the bumper, and look at this. Oof! This is where it was hit. It took the door, messed up the door, and that's really pretty much it. The driver door. The back passenger door, I mean, it's a little messed up, but I mean, it's nothing that I'm gonna worry about right now. I'm just worried about the bumper and the driver door. It still opens and seals. That sounds terrible when you open it, but hey, it's a nice truck. I love it. Very nice. Like I said, when it was hit, see, I'm gonna have to try to pull out this too. I'm gonna try to yank that out. I can actually stick a jack behind it, between the frame and this jam, and try to push it out, you know, a little bit at a time, so that when I get a new door, it actually seals at the bottom. And then we'll have to replace the running board also. Or I just might delete the running boards, but I personally like the running boards. But yeah, so, but like I said, I got it for a cheap steal. So I couldn't let it down, dude. I could not pass this up. No frame damage. Had to have it. Runs like a damn top. We're gonna replace all the spark plugs, wires, do an oil change on it. Probably the diff fluid, change that out. Transmission fluid, change that out. Basically just, you know, freshen it up. It needs a oil pan gasket like most vehicles, you know, that age do. So we'll go ahead and do that. It doesn't leak bad or nothing. It's just, you look under there, you can tell it's, you know, it's seeping. It doesn't lose oil or anything, so far I haven't noticed it, so that's good. But it's great, I love it. So we'll have more content coming on that on the 07 Tahoe. Quite a few things I'm gonna be doing to this. S10 is still running damn good as usual. Love my little S10. But this is what we're gonna be working on today, this weekend. Fucking push rods. But yep. This is what we're gonna be working on now. See, that's the intake spacer I'm talking about there. That's the throttle body right there. EVK 80mm. Stock 70 to 75 at the opening. This is 80 all the way through. It's actually 80 at the bottom and like 85 or something, or a little bigger than 85 at the opening, very top. So it's true 80mm, it's not 70, so that's a lot better. Headers, I gotta fucking repaint them. I just painted them. I don't know why, but I cannot get the high temperature paint to stick. I mean, I sand them down, I prime them good with high temperature, everything. I try to break them in right, and they still keep peeling. At least it's one side. Passenger side is holding up a little better, not much, but it's holding up a little bit better. So, yeah. But anyway, get to work on this. Alright, guys. Got all the push rods in. The valves are all adjusted. Yes, those are LS1 Blue half springs. They're awesome. Real quick tip on adjusting your valves on a small block Chevy 350 vortec. All right. Take a second to pause this. This is how you adjust the valves in this order. Alright. You see how and what it's for. So you rotate your engine to top dead center on cylinder number 1. And you start here from the top down. Rotate the engine 360 degrees. Not back around the top dead center on cylinder number 1. 360 degrees. I think that puts cylinder number 1 at bottom dead center. Then you come around and you adjust these valves in this order. After you are done adjusting number 8 intake, that is all. And when you're adjusting each one of these valves, say you're starting here, top dead center number 1. You want to, as in my case, I'm using poly locks, but if you're using locking nuts, it's the same concept. You'd use a wrench instead of your fingers on these poly locks, because what tightens these is the set screw. So you want to take your fingers and on these push rods, tighten that just a little bit and roll it with your fingers. Or if you're using a wrench and a lock nut, take the wrench and roll that push rod back and forth in your fingers just like this, while you're tightening, until you once you start to feel that some resistance, stop. Take your wrench and start maybe here and do a half a turn, 1/2 of a turn, maybe a tad bit more, like that much more. So half a turn on each one. That valve is done. Do that on every one of these valves, and your adjustments will come out perfect every time.